Okay, we are going to create this plane, this ramp. It will be built from plywood in the end. So I will try to sketch bottom first. This line and this line, and continue from there. Let's go to Fusion. Okay, and now we got some points here that the ellipse can connect to. I set the center in the center. Snap to that point and then snap there. And we only need this quadrant, so let's trim the rest away. And then an offset from this. I'm not sure about this, how long we want this, but let's say something like that. Okay. Finish sketch. So this is the ramp, but it's just flat now. So we want to create another sketch that describes how it goes up. So let's do that on another plane. Here. So now we need to project those points because we need them in the sketch. Go to project, include, project, and be sure to this is selected and just click on those 2 points. Okay, you will see why we need them. So we first make this line that will describe the slope of the outer line here. So it will be right above that one, and we can make it constrained to be vertical from one another. There you see we use that reference point from the other sketch, and then we're going to create another one for the inner rail, or what do you call it? Yeah. Anyway, up there somewhere, and it will be vertical with that point, and it will be horizontal with that point. So now we can define this dimension here to something. I'm not sure what he wants, but 2000 perhaps. Okay. But this doesn't look like a ramp yet. We only have got the shape from above and the shape from this side. So we need them to merge in some way. And for that we need another sketch. It doesn't matter on which plane you make this, so just choose one. And go to create, project, include, intersection curve. We want this line to have a slope like this. Okay. And again, this line should have a slope like this. Okay. So that is intersection curves. And now we need to connect those two to make it a closed profile. I think I missed there. So I used a coincident constraint to move this to there. Finish sketch. So now we go to surface and create loft and loft between those lines. This will create the surface we wanted. So now it's just one surface, and we want to be able to make several. This is a very long ramp for doing in plywood, so we need to make sections from it. And let's do this like so. We need some way to construct things along here, and construct, and we choose plane along path. Select path here, and if we want perhaps 10 sections, I choose 1/10 of this path. The whole path is 1, or very close to 1 there, and here it's 0. So at point 1 it should be 1/10 of the path. Then we can create a sketch on this plane. I just make a rectangle. We'll use this to cut this surface into pieces. But we want to make this a body. So just patch it. And we want it to be cut several times, so we can make a pattern on path. This will be our path, and the object to make a pattern with will be this. And we need this to be all the way here, and we want 10 of them. And as you can see, their orientation isn't quite right. We need them to all cut perpendicular to the path, not like this, but more like that. So not identical orientation, but path direction, like that. And the last one, or the end of this, will be exactly at the end of the path. And I found this a little challenging to get right. So zoom in and make it stick to the end there. Yep, and we really don't need this one, because it will just cut air. So we can use suppression to make it go away. Okay. And if this surface is okay, this will be the time to thicken it. But if it's important that every piece of this is completely flat, you have to do something else. But let's say it's okay, it's a little bit bent. It looks very flat, but if you check out this angle, you see that here is flat, very close to flat, but here you see it kind of comes up. But if that's okay, we go to create and thicken. And I don't know how thick that plywood is, perhaps 20 millimeters. And now it's time to cut the body. Split body. Body split is this one, and the splitting tools are all the little squares. And be sure to have this checked, because otherwise it doesn't cut all the way through. Okay, and there you have it. If you for some reason really need to have a totally flat surface on those segments here, we need to go back here and instead of thicken it, we select split body, body to split, and split this surface instead. And the same. Oops. I'm not sure why it sometimes makes those huge cutting tools, splitting tools. Okay. And they aren't planar, those patches. You can tell by trying to make a sketch on them. It's not possible to make a sketch on this, but there you can make a sketch. And it's not possible to make an extrude from them either. But from this flat surface you can make an extrude. So my solution to this is to create one construction plane for each of those. So it can be a little tedious, but if you have to, I think it's the way to do it. So we can try, for example, plane through 3 points. There, there, and there. And make a sketch on this plane. And a plane is a plane. It's not curved at all. So if we make a projection of this slightly curved geometry onto our plane, it will be planar. So create, project, include, project, and we can choose bodies and project this body. If I hide all those bodies, you'll see that this is what I created. And now I'm finished sketch. Now I'm able to, for example, extrude this because it was completely flat. And you will also be able to take measurements from those lines if that's important. And here. Yeah. There is no radius to this because it's not a circle. It's from that elliptic shape, so Not sure how you will do this in the real world, but this is what I got for you today.